Channel Voices is sponsored by Meter. Meter helps partners deliver a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular, with no upfront costs and ongoing recurring revenue. Offer your customers the best in connectivity while building a more profitable services business. Thanks to Meter for sponsoring. Go to meter.com/channelvoices to apply now. That's meter.com/channelvoices to find out how to partner with Meter and accelerate your business. Partner operations might be the least glamorous line on a slide, but it's often the difference between a partner program that looks great on paper and one that actually delivers. In this Channel Chewsday episode, we're chewing on why strong partner ops, your data, processes, and tooling is the hidden superpower behind great programs. Happy Channel Chewsday, friends. It's Maciek here, and today I want to talk about a function most people only notice when it's broken: partner operations. We all love to talk about strategy, MDF, co-sell, ecosystem, marketplaces, but underneath all of that, there's a plumbing layer. If the data is messy, the processes are unclear, or the tools are stitched together with spreadsheets and hope, everything you're trying to do with partners gets harder, slower, and more frustrating. So for the next few minutes, let's concentrate on the following: what partner ops actually is in a channel context, how good ops turns your program design into something your teams and partners can really use, and some practical areas to focus on if you want to quietly upgrade your hidden superpower this year. Let's start with a definition. When I say partner operations, I mean the engine room that keeps your partner program running day to day. It's the team and systems that handle things like partner onboarding and offboarding, portal access, tier and certification tracking, deal registration workflows, MDF and rebate administration, reporting and dashboards, and all the integrations into your CRM, finance tools, and marketing stack. If partner management is the what and why, partner ops is the how and with what. In a lot of organizations, the work is scattered. A bit sits in channel marketing, a bit in sales ops, a bit with IT, and a surprisingly, or not, large chunk in someone's personal Excel file. That might work when you've got 10 partners in a simple program. But once you're at scale, hundreds of partners, multiple tiers, different motions like resale, co-sell, referrals, MSPs. This fragmentation becomes a growth ceiling. You can't see what's really happening, so you can't manage it. This is where strong partner ops changes everything. Imagine a world where a partner signs up, completes a guided onboarding journey, and within a couple of days, they have access to the exact trainings, content, and tools that match their role and region. Their deals flow into your CRM cleanly. Conflicts are surfaced early and handled consistently. MDF is requested, approved, and claimed in a single system, tied to leads and opportunities. Your channel managers can open a dashboard and actually trust what they see: which partners are active, what's in the pipeline, what's stuck, who's growing, who's at risk. That's not magic. That's partner ops doing its job. Think about all the conversations we've had on this show about MDF, tiers, co-sell, and enablement. All of those depend on solid operations. Want to link MDF to partner tiers and specializations? You need a reliable way to know who's in which tier, which certifications they hold, and when they expire. Want to measure MDF ROI? You need campaigns, leads, opportunities, and claims connected in a coherent way so you can go from we spent 10K to we generated 200K in pipeline and 75K in revenue. Want your tier model to feel real? You need consistent rules that automatically adjust benefits, pricing, and access when a partner levels up or down. Without that backbone, even the smartest strategy becomes partner theater. A lot of talking, not much changing. Let's zoom in on data first. Partner data is notoriously messy. You've got different legal entities, multiple locations, overlapping accounts, people who move between partners, and deals that can touch several companies at once. If your foundational data, who your partners are, how they're structured, how they connect to customers, is wrong or out of date, your dashboards will tell comforting lies. You'll either overestimate your coverage and performance, or you'll miss strong partners because they're misclassified or invisible in your reports. Good partner ops treats data as a product. That means having clear definitions. What counts as an active partner, what a sourced deal is versus an influence deal, how you track referrals versus resell versus co-sell. It means cleaning and deduplicating partner records, aligning them to customer accounts where appropriate, and making sure there's a single source of truth that feeds your PRM, CRM, and incentives engine. When you get that right, suddenly you can answer real questions. Which partners consistently bring us net new logos? Which ones improve win rates when they're involved? Where do we have blind spots by region or vertical? Then there are processes. Partner-facing processes are the moments where your strategy becomes real or falls apart. Onboarding, deal registration, MDF, lead sharing, conflict resolution, QBRs, these all need to be clear, documented, and ideally as frictionless as possible. If a partner needs 3 emails, 2 PDF forms, and a favor from someone in your team to register a deal or get MDF approved, guess what? They won't bother next time. And if your own field teams don't trust that the process is fair and consistent, they'll work around it. Partner Ops is responsible for turning those processes into something repeatable, simple forms, sensible SLAs, clear criteria, and automatic notifications. For example, a well-designed deal reg process might include validation checks, routing rules, automatic alerts on conflicts, and clear timelines for approvals. A mature MDF process might have templates for common activities, standard KPIs, and a straightforward flow from request to proof of performance to reimbursement. Finally, tooling. This is where people's eyes can glaze over, but it matters. Partner Ops sits at the intersection of your partner portal or PRM, your CRM, your marketing automation, your incentives platform, and often your marketplace listing and co-sell tools. The goal isn't to buy every shiny thing, it's to choose a small stack that works well together, then actually implement it properly, or ideally, one that does it all. The right tooling lets you automate the boring but critical stuff. It can provision partner users and assign them to the right roles and journeys, surface the right enablement content in context, enforce program rules like tier-based benefits and MDF eligibility automatically, handle approvals and workflows so you're not managing everything from your inbox, feed accurate, timely data into dashboards your leadership can trust. When you've got data, process, and tooling working together, amazing things become possible. Your partner managers can spend their time on coaching and joint planning, not chasing paperwork. Your marketing team can see which campaigns actually work through partners. Your sales leadership can have a real conversation about whether to invest more in channel because the numbers are there. So, if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, but where do we start? Here are a few practical angles. Identify your biggest friction points first. Ask your channel managers and a handful of partners which processes feel the slowest, the most confusing, or the least fair. You'll probably hear the same themes. Onboarding takes too long, deal reg is inconsistent, MDF is a black box, reporting is unreliable. Pick one or two of those and treat them as an ops project, not just a policy rewrite. Second, write down your definitions. Agree internally on what you mean by active partner, sourced versus influenced, qualified opportunity, active pipeline, and so on. It sounds boring, but it uncovers so many hidden disagreements. Once you've done that, update your forms, portals, and dashboards so they all reflect that shared language. Third, look at your stack with a ruthless eye. List the tools that touch partners today and ask, what is each one for? Are we using it properly? Could we simplify? In many cases, you can get quick wins just by better configuring what you already have, automating a workflow, surfacing a report, or integrating two systems that have been living in isolation. Then, give partner ops a seat at the table. Treat it as a strategic function, not just an admin cost. Bring your ops leader into program design conversations early, so they can flag what's feasible and propose ways to implement ideas cleanly instead of as afterthoughts. And finally, make small visible improvements and tell people about them. If you cut deal reg approval time in half, or you launch a new MDF dashboard partners can see, or you simplify the onboarding checklist, shout about it. Those small signals build trust and show partners and your internal teams that you're serious about making the channel easier to work with. Partner operations is the hidden superpower behind great programs because it turns ambition into execution. Strong ops doesn't just keep the lights on, it makes your strategy real, your data believable, and your partner experience something people want to repeat. If you invest in that engine room, everything else you do, from MDF to co-sell to tiers and specializations, suddenly has a much better chance of actually working. That's today's stew on partner operations as the hidden superpower behind great programs. If you've seen a small ops change unlock big results, or if you're wrestling with a process that feels completely broken, I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time as we take another bite out of the channel and partner ecosystem.